We are expected to govern with integrity, goodwill, clear convictions, and a servant's heart. I pledge to all Americans that I will carry myself in this spirit as the Vice President of the United States. These are the words that were spoken by Sarah Palin, September 3, 2008, at the Republican National Convention. It is our duty as American citizens to uphold the standards and traditions of democracy. It is also our duty to know those who lead the country and those who intend to lead the country. Thus, I'm going to tell you about Sarah Palin, the Republican vice presidential candidate. Sarah Palin's ability to connect with her audience was evident at the Republican National Convention. She has proven her strength as a speaker, as well as her intent for the welfare of the American people. I'm going to analyze Sarah Palin's speech at the Republican National Convention by breaking it down into categories, including audience, occasion, speaker, and the outcome of the speech. I'm going to begin by talking about the audience. Overall, the audience of the speech was all of Americans, but she did point out certain groups, including chairmen, delegates, fellow citizens, mothers of military members, hockey moms, families with special needs children, and farmers, factory workers, and those who fight America's wars. Being that this is a Republican National Convention, she's obviously speaking to Republicans, but she's also speaking to those who oppose the Republican Party in order to change their minds. Now that I have told you who she's given this speech to, I would like to tell you about why she's giving this speech. This speech is both ceremonial and deliberative. It is ceremonial in that it shares bonds and values that American citizens have, and that it strengthens and prides us as a nation. Sarah Palin uses the loyalty Americans have for their country when she says that it is time to put our country first. This speech is also deliberative in that it aims to change laws, policies, or opinions. In this speech, Sarah Palin reinforces supporters, but also attempts to sway the minds of her opponents. One of the ways that she does this is by using her past achievements as governor of Alaska. An example of what she says is that she led the fight to create a $40 billion natural gas pipeline, which will lead to American energy independence. Now that you know who she is speaking to and why she is speaking to them, I'd like to analyze her as a speaker. Sarah Palin relates to ordinary Americans. She's married with 5 children, she's lived in a small town for most of her life, and she's active in her family's lives. She also gains the confidence of her political colleagues, both Republican and Democratic. She does this by using her past political roles in the state of Alaska, such as she was the mayor of Wasilla, the city in which she lived. She is the chair and ethics commissioner of Alaskan Conservation Commission. She is the governor of Alaska, in which she invested over $5 billion of state revenue in savings. Sarah Palin uses her charm and her passion in her speech at the Republican National Convention. By doing this, she connects with Americans, and she breaks down barriers as well as expels any doubts that her opponents may have had about her. Now that you know who she is as a speaker, I would like to tell you about the response to her speech. Sarah Palin's speaking talent was proven at the Republican National Convention. American TV journalist Tom Brokaw said that she could not have been any more winning or more engaging. Ben Smith, a political analyst for Politico.com, said that her speech was well delivered. The Republican support by America was also increased greatly after this speech. Before this speech was given, the Republican Party was down 7 points to the Democratic Party. After the speech was given, the Republican Party was up 4 points. Currently, the Republican Party is down 6 points. I would now like to restate the main points that I have made. The audience of this speech contained many groups, but in essence, it was all of America. The occasion for this speech was both ceremonial in that it shared values of Americans, but it was also deliberative in that it strengthened or changed opinions. As a speaker, Sarah Palin's ability to connect with her audience is evident as this speech at the Republican National Convention. And the outcome of her speech was evident as to the positive reactions that were both given in the polls and also by those who opposed her. I would like you to remember what I have told you today and take a close look at those running for office in our country. As a free nation with the privilege to vote, we owe it to ourselves to know those who mean to serve us.